Alright, so hello sports fans. So today we have a live watch party for the 2022 NFL Draft. So the draft order is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So you can see it there. Obviously that will change if there's any trades or anything like that. So quickly before the draft starts, who's gonna get taken number 1 overall? And that I think it's really down to Aiden Hutchinson. Which, if I spell his name wrong, I'm probably going to, so just so you guys know. If the Lions don't take edge, I'm done watching the draft. Agree? Well, they could go quarterback. But if Hutchinson's available, I think they have to take him. Oh no, what did I just do? 1 second. One second. So we've got Travon Walker vote. So I think Walker's probably going to go number 1 overall, but I still think it could go either way. One second, I'm trying to get my comments back. I lost them for a second. And now I don't remember how to get them back. So now, which edge rusher would you prefer? Would you prefer, if you had the option, so if you were the number 1 overall pick as a Lion fan, would you be going Hutchinson or Walker? Alright, so now, one second, let me just, so 3 people have now said Travon Walker, now 4. Walker, but keep the Michigan boy home. Okay. I think that's probably the direction they're going to end up going if, Walker does go number 1. What? Sorry, I didn't mean to put that up. Not quite yet. So now I think Travon Walker probably will go number 1. But now it could really go either way. So now five of you guys have said Travon Walker. And just so you guys know, I will have something, as you just saw accidentally when I popped it up on the screen, that pops up on top. And so now the what was I saying? So you're gonna have something that pops up in the top of the screen. So in the top left corner, as you see, 1 second, I have to fix this scrolling thing on the bottom. I messed something up. Alright, that should be better. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay. But, as I was saying, there's going to be something in the top left of your screen. So it's going to say on the clock and then team's logo. Just so you guys know, I haven't finished all the team's logos. and some of them, for some strange reason, come in insanely big. So if you just see a random huge logo in the middle of the screen, just don't mind it. I'll shrink it right away. So now I'm going to end this poll as soon as I see Roger Goodell coming to the podium. So make sure to vote now. And while we wait for it to start, I'm gonna finish doing those logos I was telling you about. So if you see any random big logos, just don't mind it, and I'll take care of it. So far, everyone has still said Trayvon Walker. Alright, I'm gonna finish this as I said before. So if you see a giant Cardinals logo, because I'm almost done. If you see a giant Cardinals logo up here, just don't mind it, please. I will make sure to shrink it. Yup, it's gonna be huge. Alright, so it's sort of in the right now. I'm just trying to shrink it. I don't know why it comes in huge. But I'm trying to fix it. And now I just need so I have the draft order here, but now I just need to wind it up with my on the clock thing. So I'll put that up because the Jaguars are actually officially on the clock right now. So I'll line the Cardinals up here, and then I will have the Jaguars up there. So now I'll get rid of the Cardinals, and the Jaguars are officially on the clock. So now, let me know who you guys think in the comments, if it's going to be somebody else. Other than... Oh, looks good, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. Trying to... So originally I put the banner at the top, like, with the scrolling of the draft order and stuff like that, but then I realized it looked better on the bottom. I just realized, teams get 10 minutes to pick? I thought they got 5. It feels like it's more every year. Next thing you know, they'll have an hour. I mean, the first pick should never be a tough discussion. It's always... You've had 6 months. And you're just deciding now. So far, everyone has said Trayvon Walker. Teams have multiple first-round picks. Lions 2-32, Texans 3-13, Jets 4-10, Giants 5-7, Saints 15-18, Saints 16-19, Packers 20-28, and Chiefs 29-30. So the Jaguars are officially on the clock. And now we really don't know what's going to happen right now. I think it's probably going to be the direction of Trayvon Walker, but then I really don't know. I still think it could go either way, but I do think it will be one of the edge rushers, either Trayvon Walker or Aiden Hutchinson. Alright, so I'm going to end this poll in about a few seconds. I haven't seen Roger Goodell yet. But just make sure to vote when as soon as possible. So when I end this poll and you're like, "Oh no, I didn't vote yet." So, and I would also expect to see some trades. I wouldn't expect to have this be like no trades at all. So now, Travon Walker is really someone that just seemed to skyrocket up the draft boards. Because I'm going to check and see where I had him in my first mock draft. Which, let me check when I did that. I can't even remember when I did that. That was probably a few months ago now. But, I had that. He was just skyrocketing up all those draft boards. And I don't even remember where I had him. That would just be weird. Like, if I didn't even have him in the first round, now he's going to be the #1 overall pick. Alright, let's see. How much time does the Jaguars have left? Why, have they picked for you? For me, they have 5:40 left right now. Why? How about you? Alright, so I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end this poll right now. So far, actually, everyone said Travon Walker. So I'm checking where I had him. Same now synced up your commentary. Why, were you behind, or? I'm confused. Was I ahead of where you were, or? So in the first mock draft, I had Travon Walker going 14 to the Ravens. Alright, the pick is finally in for the Jaguars. I don't know why. Well, really, they knew who they were going to pick. It's just for show. But, so now everyone said Hutchinson. Said Travon Walker. I think the tackles, either Akeem Ekwonu or Evan Neal, are more of a long shot at this point. So funny how it's 100% Travon Walker on the poll. Yeah, I know it's funny, especially since I put out a community post in the community tab of my channel. I'll post updates, like if I can't do a video, or just random polls of who you think will win certain games. So make sure to check that out frequently. And 50% said Travon Walker, 43% Hutchinson, 7% said other. So now, the #1 overall pick, the Jaguars. So we pretty much know it's going to be either Aiden Hutchinson or Travon Walker. So now Roger Goodell is ready to announce the pick, and the Jaguars have selected Trayvon Walker from Georgia. So Trayvon Walker is the first overall pick in the draft. And now I just changed on the clock to the Lions. So now when I do this, do you want me to put it so that it's a player position college, or how do you want me to do this? So now number 2 right here has to be Aiden Hutchinson, right? Trayvon Walker. So right now I have it so that it's Trayvon Walker, defensive end, Georgia. If you'd prefer it a different way, make sure to let me know in the comments. But this guy is a freak of an athlete. He's insanely athletic. In his career at Georgia, he played 29 career games, had a total of 61 tackles, 13 tackles for a loss, 9 sacks, and somehow got an interception while having 3 passes deflected by batting him down. And then he had 1 forced fumble. Don't blow it, Lions. Yeah, that you definitely know that's something the Lions would do. Their pick is in because you probably think it's rather interesting. You should put your mock draft up on screen, check it off as you go. Okay. 1 second. So now this one is probably going to be Aiden Hutchinson. So, you'd have to imagine this is Aiden Hutchinson here, right? I mean, could this really be anyone besides Aiden Hutchinson? Alright, so now, if I can figure out how to do a screen share, I know I've done it before, I just can't remember how to. But I also checked the college stats for all these players. So, I mean, alright, but real quick, before I do that, the Lions are going to announce the pick, and it is Aiden Hutchinson. Okay, so they didn't blow it. The Lions were actually not the Lions. So, Walker 1, Hutchinson 2. I thought there was a small chance they could have went Malik Willis there. The Texans are now on the clock. Alright. I can never remember how to spell his name correctly. One second. Oops, I put him as the Texans pick. Sorry about that. I don't know if you can see it until I actually confirm it, but if you could, then sorry about that, because he did not get selected by the Texans. So now, so far, I'm 2 for 2 on my mock draft from, well, really it was this morning. I almost said yesterday, because I did record it yesterday. Where would I put the mock draft if I were to put it on screen? Just wondering, where would you guys want it? Because I don't know where I would put it. But now, I think they'd probably go one of the offensive linemen here. I think they could also go Sauce Gardner or Kayvon Thibodeaux. I'm going to probably say they're going to go one of the offensive linemen, but I really don't know. Because the Texans are the kind of team that they just need anything. They could go really any direction. So, they could go anywhere. Alright, let's see. Because I wouldn't want to get rid of the scrolling banner. Or the on-the-clock thing in the top left. So, let's see. I don't know. I think I'm just going to roll with it like this for now. But, we'll see. Maybe I'll change it. I'm not sure. Because if I were to make it small, then you guys wouldn't be able to see it. Yeah, I think we're just going to roll like this for now. And then maybe I'll put it... Maybe I'll put it up. Oh, but I forgot to mention Aiden Hutchinson's college stats. So he played 4 seasons at Michigan. He ended with a total of 156 tackles, 17.5 sacks, with 14 coming in his last year. A career of 5 forced fumbles and 27.5 tackles for a loss. Sorry. Someone just made a big giant bang upstairs. Not sure if you guys heard that or not. So the Texans pick is in. I'm looking over here at my computer, and I have it over here. So if I miss anything, hopefully it won't be too much of a delay. So now... the Texans pick is in. And let's see, who is the 3rd overall pick? So it was Trayvon Walker, then Aiden Hutchinson, and now... who's it going to be number 3? I'm thinking probably Evan Neal. But I really don't know. I think they could go several different directions because they need really any position. So let's see. The Texans have picked... they selected Derek Stingley Jr., the first big surprise of the draft. I really did not think we would see Derek Stingley Jr. off the board before Sauce Gardner. That is a surprise for me. Now the Jets are on the clock at 4. I did not expect that. So let me know if you guys were caught off guard by that in the comments. I definitely was. There is no chance that I thought they would go Derek Stingley Jr. out of LSU. They're at number at number 3. So I think he's a good player. He did have an injury last year, which kept him out, I believe, most of the season. So, yeah, he played 3 games last year. He has a career of 6 interceptions, which he got in his first year, which was 2019, when LSU won the national championship. O-line picks 4 through 6. I could see it, but then I know there's a few Jets fans that don't want an offensive lineman here. Because, I mean, I don't really know why. They could definitely upgrade at right tackle over George Fant. But now, I feel like the Jets are more in a direction to go someone like Sauce Gardner here, especially with him still on the board. So I think the Jets are very, very lucky that the Texans decided to go with Derek Stingley Jr. over Sauce Gardner. Because Derek Stingley Jr., he has had a few injury problems. He's only played 10 games over the past 2 seasons. So now, offensive line 4 through 6, I definitely think we would see Charles Cross go at 6, but then I do think the Giants like Charles Cross. They could go Charles Cross. It really depends on the team's preference. But the Jets, I would think they would go corner and Sauce Gardner. But that's just me here. Who do you want for the Giants at 7 now? I don't know. They need one offensive lineman, and I think they're going to get that at 5. Because you're guaranteed to have at least one on the board. One of the two. So even if Ikem Ekwonu and Evan Neal, one of them gets taken by the Jets, the Giants are still in a position where they can grab at least one. Now, if they go grab someone, like, if they go pull, like, a Daniel Jones at 5, no, never mind, then they'd still be able to get an offensive lineman. I think they would rather, at 7, but to answer your question, sorry, I've been talking around it a lot. At number 7, by the way, the Jets pick is in. That is a good question. I would be fine with an edge rusher. So for the Giants, I'd want to see someone like Neal or Ekwonu at 5. If the Panthers go quarterback in either Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett, I don't hate the idea of taking Charles Cross. Giants made trade 7. Yeah, I saw that today. I've seen a lot of mock drafts having them go to the Steelers. Them and the Steelers swap, and the Giants were to get like a first, a third, and they were to get number 20, a first and a third. So I don't hate that idea, especially because but the Steelers they're never like bad. They're always decent. So now, I just think, as long as they can get their guy at 5, I'm fine with trading 7. Especially because you're getting another first-round pick for next year. But now, as I was saying, I don't hate the idea of the Giants potentially going um, going offensive line twice. I know some people would, but they have one set offensive line position, and that is left tackle with Andrew Thomas, who, I mean, he was hurt half the season last year. So now, I think it could go, because when you look at the Giants' offensive line right now, you have, hold up, let me pull up the Giants' depth chart, just so I'm not telling you anything incorrect. But I know on the left tackle position you have Andrew Thomas. And then he's really the only one set in stone. He was the 4th overall pick, 2020, I believe. So the Giants' depth chart, they have Andrew Thomas, Shane Lemieux, I doubt I'll say this guy's name right, John Filipino, Mark Glowinski, and Matt Gano. So, I really don't think there's a set. I mean, I've never heard of some of these guys. I know Shane Lemieux's not great. And some of these other guys, I've never really heard of them. So, I don't really hate the idea of potentially going tackle. But by the way, the Jets picked Sauce Gardner. Okay. So the Giants, if they don't take the first tackle, I am going to be insanely mad. Giants on the clock. But now the Jets have made this back-to-back corners after Derek Stingley Jr. and 1 second, let me just put this on, and Sauce Gardner, as I was saying. Alright, there we go. So, back to what I was saying about the Giants, now that they're on the clock. Is it just me, or do the other teams not have 10 minutes? Was it only the Jaguars? But now, so Evan Neal or Akeem Ekwonu I'm fine with here. And even if you draft Charles Cross, you could play one of them at right tackle and maybe move like Neal or Ekwonu inside to guard. I'd be fine with that. Really, the Giants just need anything that they could use on the offensive line. Because, they did not have... Let me see if it tells me how many times that they allowed a sack last year. Because it was probably a ton. Oh yeah, the Giants were sacked 38 times last year. And, I mean, it's not like their defense can get sacks either. They can't get sacks. And Sauce Gardner did not allow a... He did not allow a touchdown last year. Hopefully the new front office makes a good pick. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, Dave Gettleman's first pick was Daniel Jones. Who I still think could be good. But, as I'm saying, you need offensive line. So, the Giants did not go The Jets did not go offensive line, so that can't be offensive line 4 through 7. But, wait a minute. Oh, 1 second. I was just where I wanted to be, and now I'm not. I can't figure something out real quick. But yes, to your point, hopefully the new front office makes a good pick. Oh, you have to do it that way. Okay. Let me see if they do. The Giants were sacked. Oh, wow. It's not as well as I thought they'd be. The best offensive line, pass protection-wise, the Giants' pick is in, by the way, was the Buccaneers. They only gave up 23 sacks. The Giants then come in at 38 sacks, with the worst being 58 with the Bears. This is just the second time in NFL history a defensive player has been selected with each of the first 4 picks. But I definitely think the Giants end that and make an offensive player in the top 5. So the Giants, they better choose an offensive lineman here. So, and then when you go to defense, the Giants' defense can't get sacks at all. So that's why I'm thinking edge rusher there at number 7. The Giants' defense got only 34 sacks, and the best was 55. The Steelers' worst was 18, who's the Falcons. And the Falcons need just about anything. Alright, but the Giants right now... Sorry if you heard any weird noise. I'm moving the table that this is on. Sorry, I was just touching the microphone while I was talking, holding it so it didn't fall over. So if you heard any weird noise just then... just don't mind it. So the Giants... Alright, this is better. Sorry, I was just readjusting my setup a little bit. This still isn't comfortable. Sorry. I'm just playing around with it right now. So now... Alright, sorry. This is better now, I think. So now, the Giants... They drafted Kayvon Thibodeau over an offensive lineman. Are you serious? What are the Giants doing? I mean, get him at 7. The Giants are officially the Giants. I mean, so he's a good player, but the Panthers, I don't think they're going to take an edge rusher. They're going to go either quarterback or tackle. It is painful to be a Giants fan. So I know Kayvon Thibodeau is a very good player. He was ranked the number 1 player for most of the college football season. So, no, I mean, I don't hate the pick, but when you have 2 great offensive linemen sitting there, and your biggest need is offensive line, what are you doing? So Kayvon Thibodeau played 30 games in college, had 19 sacks, 35 and a half tackles for a loss, 126 total tackles, and 3 forced fumbles. Yeah, as you said, not a bad pick. But you said not a bad pick. But how do you pass on your choice of tackle? He will be there at 7. Exactly. I'm going to spell his name wrong, so if I do... let's see. Um... Sorry, I know it says Kayvon T.I. Which isn't even correct. Hold on 1 second, just trying to... Why don't I just copy and paste it? That's a great idea. I don't know why I'm trying to spell it when I could just copy and paste it. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. I know I have to fix the... Here, I'll do that real quick right now. Giants off the clock, Panthers on the clock. So, I am very mad that the Giants took Kayvon Thibodeau over one of the tackles. So, yeah. So now, there's no chance the Giants are going to trade 7 now. Taking Thibodeau at 5. Now that allows the Panthers to go grab whoever they want. Because they're going offense. I don't really think there's any debating that. Panthers going offense. So now, I mean, they could have grabbed him at 7, so this is just frustrating. The Panthers pick is in. I'm going to say that with the tackles on the board, they're probably going to go tackle. So the top 5 is set with Trayvon Walker going number 1 to the Jaguars. Number 2 was Aiden Hutchinson to the Lions. 3 was Derek Stingley Jr. to the Texans. 4 was Sauce Gardner to the Jets. And 5 was Kayvon Thibodeau to the Giants. As we await the Panthers pick, I'm going to put a quick poll. One second. You know, by the time I get this out, you're gonna have no time to vote because you're gonna know who it is. Alright, never mind. I'll do one for the Falcons at 8. Let's try that again. Not yet. So if I kept doing it, they would have had it. You would have had time to vote, but just tell me in the comments who they're gonna take. So now, let me know in the comments who the Panthers are gonna pick right now. You could go quarterback. You could go offensive line. They could really go either way. But I think we can all agree they're going on offense. I mean, it could really still go either way. They could go Kenny Pickett. Because, I mean, they're going to need a quarterback. Sam Darnold is not their starter. Or he shouldn't be. Alright, so you guys would have had plenty of time to vote on that poll. But there was... I thought they were going to announce it right when they come back from commercial. Alright, so now, the Carolina Panthers have officially selected Ikem Ekwonu, tackle out of NC State. Giants on the clock again at 7. So now, Ikem Ekwonu he's an elite run blocker. Yep. Ikem Ekwonu, 5 to the Panthers. Alright, let's see. So now the Giants on the clock again at 5. 7. They have to go tackle. It's a must here to go tackle for the Giants. You still have your choice of Evan Neal or Charles Cross. And I mean, they took the risk of going edge there at 5, which I still don't know why. He should be a Giant. They must take a tackle now. Correct. They have to. How did the Giants end up with 2 picks in the top 10? They have their own, which was number 5, and they had the Bears from the Justin Fields trade. So here, I'll check those exact details. But so last year the Giants. One question. Sorry, real quick. Let me just put. Alright, so now I am... real quick. Why do most teams take so much time? They must already know who they're going to pick. Really just so it doesn't take forever. Like they don't fly through it, I should say. Not that it doesn't take forever. But, well, it could also... Like, these later picks, I could see them taking time. Like, the Giants pick is in right now. But, like, the first overall pick, as soon as you're on the clock, you should know. Because you've been on the clock for 6 months. But the Giants trade to get number 7 was they received a 2022 first-round pick from Chicago, a 2022 fourth-round pick. They also have... They received number 20 last year, which was Kadarius Toney, who now mega traded, which makes no sense. And number 164. Which was... Wait a minute. This can't be right. It says the Broncos had number 164. Now I'm confused. They go slower so they can run more commercials. Yeah, probably true. Probably true. So now the Giants at 7. So now, do you know what the most giant thing of all time what to do is they would go pick like a quarterback. They would go pick like not even one of the top 5 quarterbacks. That's what the Giants would do. They would go pick like somebody that like none of us has ever heard of. But the 7th pick, the Giants selected... Oh, good. They got an offensive lineman. I thought they were just going to be the Giants there and just completely pass. So, I mean, you still got 2 very good players. Filling 2 key needs. But just the opposite order. So, now I don't hate the pick with Thibodeau at 5 anymore. Oops, sorry, I forgot to turn the Giants one off. Alright, Neal, yes. Neal, great pick. Yeah, Evan Neal's a very good pick. He's a very versatile player on the offensive line. They need the time for ESPN and NFL analysts time to talk. Yeah, to analyze the picks. Understand. So now with the Falcons, let's see who are the Falcons gonna pick. I'm gonna make a poll. They could really go anywhere. Let's see. Give me like 5 players in the comments, and I'll put them in a poll. Ooh. So we got Drake London, Jermaine Johnson. I have them. You can only put 4? I thought... Alright, so I'll put... Well, right now I have Jermaine Johnson, Garrett Wilson, quarterback. You comment which one. Or Drake London. Or I'll go receiver. And then Kyle Hamilton. Alright, so there are your options. As soon as it loads. So you got Jermaine Johnson, wide receiver, and if you vote that one, comment which one. Then you get a quarterback, again, comment which one. And then Kyle Hamilton. So they can really go anywhere. They have really nothing. I mean, when you look at the why did I say the Chargers? But, alright, so 3 people said Kyle Hamilton. But, what I was saying. Oh, when you look at the Falcons, you don't really recognize many players. They have Kyle Pitts from last year, who's a top fill-in-the-blank tight end. Arguably top 5. Well, when you think about it, you have the top 4, or top 3 definitely being, Kittle, Kelsey. Not in order. Obviously, Kelsey's number 1. But Kittle, Kelsey, Waller. Yeah, I guess Kyle Pitts is top 5. Let's see. But the Falcons roster. You have quarterback Marcus Mariota. Then you re-sign Cordero Patterson. Somebody said Jermaine Johnson. I think it's going to be Jermaine Johnson. That's how I would go. Calvin Ridley suspended. So you could go Kyle Hamilton. If you go receiver, it's probably going to be a combination. One of either Wilson, Williams, or London. So, the Falcons' depth chart, you have Marcus Mariota, Cordero Patterson, a bunch of receivers that are definitely not number 1s, Kyle Pitts, and then, yeah, they could really just use any position. So make sure to vote on that poll. Alright, I'm going to end this right now. And the Falcons have picked Drake London, a wide receiver out of USC. So now I think he's a little bit more of a risky pick for the Falcons over an already established receiver that I think his game could carry over to the NFL a little bit better than Drake London's. Because London is a contested catch wide receiver. And they don't always translate exactly to the NFL. Like someone like a more just a complete receiver like Garrett Wilson. So I would prefer Wilson there. But, because I just think he's more of a complete receiver. He's better after the catch. London is more of, like, just a contested catch guy where he would go up and get it. I mean, he has a huge 6'4" frame. He did have a ankle injury. So he's a big red zone target. He's more of a possession wide receiver and a contested catch guy, as I mentioned like a billion times by now. Alright, so now Seahawks. Let's see which direction they go in. I'll put out a poll. So they could really go quarterback, Jermaine Johnson, or I don't know, who else could the Seahawks go? One second. So I do think it is a pretty good pick there for the Falcons getting a wide receiver who's much, much needed. Just now the Seahawks, sorry. Sorry this is taking so long. But, I have seen corner there. But now with both of the top ones off the board, can they go Trent McDuffie? I don't know. Alright, so right now, we're just gonna go, or I'll go Kenny Pickett, Jermaine Johnson, Malik Willis. Alright, so make sure to vote in that poll, which should be appearing any second now. There we go. So your options, Kenny Pickett, Jermaine Johnson, Malik Willis. And going back to Drake London for the Falcons, he played 8 games because of an ankle injury. Had 88 catches in just 8 games. Over 1,000 yards, 7 catches. And in his career, which only consisted of, if I do this math correctly, I believe 22 games, he had 160 catches, 2,153 yards, an average of 13.5 yards a catch, 15 touchdowns, 1 carry for 2 yards, which is pretty irrelevant for a guy like him. Okay, everyone seems to be split. We got a vote for Kenny Pickett, a vote for Jermaine Johnson, and a vote for Malik Willis. Alright, so now, I can't vote in these polls, which makes sense because I'm the one that makes them. Jermaine Johnson goes ahead at 50%, okay. I think he could definitely go either way. But if I had to go, I would go, even with Jermaine Johnson still on the board, I think people are saying Drew Lock needs another chance. He got another chance when Teddy Bridgewater went down with an injury, and he was still garbage. So, I would go Malik Willis or Jermaine Johnson. Probably, I think Willis will probably be the first quarterback off the board. But it could still definitely go either way. So make sure to vote in that poll. The Seahawks have still not chosen. They've got just over 3 minutes remaining. So, looks like the Seahawks are really looking over all their options, or they're just waiting because they don't feel like saying a pick right away. So make sure to vote on that poll. So the options... Oh, I should have included Kyle Hamilton there. But that... Actually, never mind. That's very dumb, because they have 2 great safeties, Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs. I believe he re-signed. Yes, he re-signed. So then, I shouldn't have included Quandre Diggs. Sorry, Kyle Hamilton. So, with the number 9 overall pick, the Seattle Seahawks will select... Let's see, who is it? So right now, Jermaine Johnson in there at 50%. Kenny Pickett and Malik Willis each at 25%. So no, I think Johnson is a very interesting pick. I almost just thought there was a trade, but then I saw there were the details of the Russell Wilson trade. So they also get a first-round pick from the Broncos next year. They do have the Seahawks did get two good pieces already back in Noah Fant and Shelby Harris, plus two first round picks and two non first round picks. No, yeah, actually three non first round picks, but spread out throughout 3 years, or is it next year as well? I don't know. But the point is, they got a lot of picks. They got a lot back for Russell Wilson. All right, so now with their pick being in, I'm going to end it in about 10 seconds. Oh, we got another. No, never mind. I thought we got another vote. I saw the minute go up, so I thought we saw a vote go up. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I'm going to officially end this poll. If you didn't get a chance to vote, just comment below. So now, the Seattle Seahawks picked Charles Cross. I forgot they could go tackle. Wow. That looks bad. But they went Charles Cross out of Mississippi State. This guy is an elite pass protector. But he's an elite pass protector, and I think he will surprise teams with how good of a run blocker he is, because everyone's always marveling over his pass protection. Yes, he's an elite pass protector, but he's not a bad run blocker either. But Jets on the clock again at 10. So now, they could go wide receiver. They could go... They picked Sauce Gardner already. I feel like they could go edge rusher and Jermaine Johnson, because that's been a need for them. Still no quarterback selected, and I'm like 95% sure we're not going to see one. Nice, maybe they listened to the coaches and chose a tackle. Yeah, because a lot of people don't realize that offensive line in general is a very important position to football. Because everyone always gets so caught up in all the skill position players. Yes, they're important. But if you don't have offensive line to block for either the running back or the quarterback, then you don't have a football team. I was just going to say something, and now I forgot what I was going to say. Alright, but Jets on the clock at number 2. So now, who are the Jets going after? And just so you guys know, let me know if you like the speed that the banner is at the bottom, or if you prefer it to go a little bit faster. Look, I don't want to make it, like, insanely fast, but it looks a little slow right now, especially now that it's all extending. You know, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Just because, like, it takes forever now. Because it is a little bit... Wait a minute, how do I... There we go. Alright, I don't know if you can see a... See a clear difference. But it should be going a little bit faster. If you prefer me to slow it down a little bit, let me know. If you want me to speed it up or slow it down, the point is just let me know. So the Jets pick is in. So no picks in the top 10. Sorry, no trades in the top 10. Whoops. So, could they go Kyle Hamilton? They could go wide receiver. I think what makes the most sense here for the Jets is wide receiver. So now you have Garrett Wilson, he could be a deep threat, but he's not necessarily the field stretcher Jameson Williams is out of Alabama. And there's been concerns about him because of an injury that he suffered in the college football national championship game, which was a torn ACL. But he seems to be way above schedule in his rehab. I also think they could go edge rusher. So, for me, for the Jets, it's down between Jermaine Johnson, Garrett Wilson, or Jameson Williams. It's one of those three. So now, the Jets pick at number 10 overall. They have officially selected Garrett Wilson out of Ohio State. Alright, so I think he should have been the first receiver off the board, but I think the Jets are getting too... They finally did a very, very nice draft class, or the first round so far. I really like this pick for the Jets. It gives them a dependable wide receiver. Because when you look at the Jets receiving core right now, it is not necessarily amazing. Because you have Elijah Moore, who showed potential, but he plays in the slot. And then, you have Corey Davis, but he wasn't necessarily amazing. So now, I like this pick a lot for the Jets. I think they did a very, very good job. And now the Washington Commanders are on the clock. Sorry, I was trying to pull up... yes, the Jets are not trading for Debo. That is correct. Or at least not right now. You would think a first-round pick. I heard rumors that there was number 10 overall involved in there. But now, Garrett Wilson, in a 3-season career, he played a total of... Let me just check my math real quick. 32 games. Caught 143 passes for 2,213 yards. Averaged 15.5 yards per catch. And 23 touchdowns. So now, even though the Jets didn't make a trade for Debo, wait a minute, the Saints just made a trade? I completely missed that. Were they... So the Saints have now made a trade. Sorry, I completely missed that. With the Washington Commanders. Now this completely just shuffles the entire draft order. Because now the Saints... Alright, wait a minute. I don't know how I missed that. Yeah, 11 was traded. What are these trade details? Now I need to fix the draft order. So, for now, you're gonna probably see... What are you talking about? The Saints have 3 first-round picks? But I'm assuming either 16 or 19 is included. But I'm just leaving it right there for now. But I don't know what this trade includes. Now, 1 second. What does the Saints need? Quarterback, receiver. So now, the Saints, yes, the Saints need a quarterback. They do have Jameis Winston, but I still don't think he's a long-term answer. They also need a receiver. Seeing if I can find any trade details. So now, but what are the Saints jumping up for? Malik Willis to the Saints, maybe. Maybe they realized the Commanders could have taken... Okay, that makes sense. The Commanders traded pick 11 to the Saints. The Saints received pick 16. No, sorry. The Commanders received 16, 98, and 120. While the Saints get 11. Somebody happy they're not going to Washington. Yep. Playing in that falling apart stadium. With poo water leaking on the fans and railings falling on Jalen Hurts. Yep. Glad they're not playing in that stadium. Alright, so now 16 now belongs to the Commanders. And you wonder who were the Commanders targeting? Were they targeting a quarterback? Or just wondering what's really going on right now. So now the Saints pick is in. So now this is interesting. Who are the Saints picking? I think... Well, now, I thought they were in good position. They could go get a tackle in Trevor Penning. Or maybe they wanted a quarterback and receiver. I don't know. Alright, let's see. The Saints, they could go receiver, quarterback. I still think it's early for Trevor Penning. But let's see. So now, if they go quarterback, are they going Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett, or catching us all by surprise and going someone like Matt Corral or someone else? Alright, so let's see. Come on, announce the pick. Alright, so now... Yep, Popcorn is right. Getting very interesting now. Let's see who the Saints take. So our first pick was number 11 that was traded. So let's see. The Saints, they so I think it was a little surprising they traded the pick, but not insanely surprising. Alright, let's see. So the Saints. Let's see. 1 second. So now the Saints, they were able to move up, and they still have 2 first-round picks. So the Saints now select Alright, let's see. Sorry, I've said that a lot. That's just because I'm waiting, and they're like advertising for something in September. So the Saints have officially selected Chris Olave. Okay. I don't. Wait, let's get this straight. They took Olave over Jameson Williams? I am very confused. Yeah, Thinking Face is right. They took Olave over Jameson Williams. And Olave, he was probably going to fall to 16 or 19. So I am confused. Pressure on a player knowing team traded picks just to get you. Yeah, imagine how exciting that is, that a team likes you that much. That they're willing to trade up to get you. And I know I... Actually, never mind. Yeah, I did cut the Vikings. Whoops. I thought I moved them up a little too much, and it turns out I did. I cut the top of their horns off. Sorry about that, Viking fans. So now Viking fans, or just in general, who's going here to the Vikings? Wait, now it's the Lions? I am very confused. Now the Lions are picking. I am very confused. Let's see. I'm sorry I keep missing all these trades. The Lions are now picking, though. So 12 now belongs to the Lions. And what is in this trade now? This is interesting. Alright, let's see. Let's see. So now did the Lions move up for a quarterback? Because I had mocked a quarterback there at 32 to the Lions. But now... So the Lions receive number 12 and number 46, while the Vikings get number 32, 34, and 66. So now, who is the Lions pick now? So now I have to put Vikings at 32. Alright. Whoops, I just realized when Charles Cross out of Mississippi State was scrolling past, I realized I put the I in Mississippi Capital. If ever I do that, just make sure to tell me so I don't realize. And then I'm like, whoops, I had this big giant mistake. I mean, that's not really that big. So now, the Lions at number 12, they picked, so if they go quarterback, it's going to be Malik Willis, because that just makes the most sense. People were talking to the Lions at 2. I know there was a Lion fan before. Now, with the Lions here, if you're still here, who do you want the Lions to get now? So now, their pick is in. This is interesting, because I didn't expect back-to-back trades here. Sorry I missed them both. But, Eagles just moved up to 13. Thank you. Alright, what? I thought this was the draft, not the Trade Central. No, sorry, you're watching this on Super Sports Central. That was a bad one. So now the Eagles are picking at 13. Yeah, there's... The Lions get 12 and 46. They took it down. Wow, when you put a graphic up, you should leave it. Trade again. So the Lions pick is in. Philly's at 13. Baltimore is at 14. Okay. I think I'm good. This is very confusing. So yeah, the Vikings traded the pick to the Lions. And the Lions picked Jameson Williams. Okay, they could use receiver. They did sign... I forget his name. They did sign DJ Chark. That's who I was looking for. Now, the Eagles at 13, there's no chance they have 3 picks right now after that trade. So now, the Lions have picked Jameson Williams, and now on the clock is the Eagles, and they somehow kept number 15. This draft is confusing. Let's see where the Eagles... Here they are. So now the Eagles pick is in. So now Houston gets number 15. Alright, let's see. The Eagles got 13. The Texans got 15, 124, 162, and 166. Alright, let's see. So now, receivers have been picked. Whoops, I just put a 0 in the middle of Commanders. But now... Do the Eagles go receiver? I mean, who do they go? Treylon Burks? I mean, I feel like it's a little bit early for him. But I do think he's a great player. I definitely didn't think we'd see 4 receivers off the board by number 13. So that makes this really tough for the Eagles. Because now, what are they doing? Because, I mean, there's some good receivers in the back end. Like, really good receivers. George Pickens, Jahan Dotson. So now, let's see. The Eagles pick is in. And they're gonna go to a commercial before they announce the pick. So let me know in the comments who is this pick. They're not gonna take a quarterback. Well, let's think about this for a second. The Eagles aren't taking quarterback. Well, at least you don't think so. I think Jalen Hurts could be very good. But, But now, just who are they taking? Is the question for me. Alright, I think after this pick, I'm going to go take a quick break. As I always do at halftime, but, like, I'm sure as you know, there's no halftime of an NFL draft, so... So now the Eagles, they could go Trent McDuffie. So could the Eagles go Trent McDuffie? Because I know they need corner. And with the Vikings back now, where are the Vikings? I can't even remember the draft order right now. With 1 second. Alright, whoops, sorry, I just created the Be Right Back screen. And, sorry about that. But I'm just getting it set up. I don't know why it always appears. I'll take that down in 1 second. Okay, there we go. But sorry about that. Hamilton to the Eagles, yeah, that's true. Alright, so I'm going to go take a break right after this pick. And I'm going to go really quickly because I don't want to miss another pick. I've already missed plenty of trades. But Kyle Hamilton can be a pick to the Eagles. I don't think they trade up to go wide receiver. But let's see. Let's see who they end up going with. I could have been back from my break already. Why are they taking forever? So now... Let's see. Who is this pick? Alright, let's see. Burks, I do think they could go receiver, but... I don't think there'd be a team that would take him. Or... that would take him, so I don't really know. I mean... they do need receiver. I think he could be a very good pick at receiver, Treylon Burks. But I mean, I feel like he'd be available at 15. But then teams are doing some strange trades. Alright, let's see. So now, Treylon Burks, yes, I definitely think he's a very good player, but I don't think they'd pick him here at 13. But you never know. So now the Eagles, they could also go corner, Trent McDuffie, Kyle Hamilton. I know Kyle Hamilton's a safety. Alright, let's see. The Eagles are going... Still waiting. Alright, they said the pick is in for like 1 billion minutes. I know that's a huge exaggeration. Alright, let's see. Hmm. Um. 1 second, I'm just doing something real quick. The Eagles selected Jordan Davis. Okay. So I thought about him, but then I was like, really? But, yeah, so the Eagles have selected Jordan Davis. Whoops. So they jumped ahead of the Ravens to select Jordan Davis because I think they were going to go Jordan Davis, and now... I mean, now there's no chance the Ravens don't go Jermaine Johnson, correct? Protection for quarterback for the Ravens? Because the Ravens, they could go... I feel like they could go, their pick is in already. Arg, I didn't even get a chance to take a break. But what was I saying? Oh, protection for quarterbacks, what you were saying. And then, yeah, Jordan Davis now. This guy is a huge nose tackle. He's a run stuffer. And, I mean, I feel like the Ravens can now go... They could probably go Jermaine Johnson, right? They need edge. They really need defensive line. And, I mean, edge is a part of the defensive line. So now, after the Ravens pick, I'll take my break, okay? Because I've been wanting and needing to take a break. You know, to refill my water, to use the bathroom, stuff like that. And then... It is... The pick is in. So, this... He is a 341-pound monster. They're showing that he's got inconsistent pass rush effort, which you understand. He's a lot like, I mean, this guy's a huge man. He is huge. I mean, he doesn't have a ton of stamina to go and constantly be rushing the passer. But similar to, Trayvon Walker, he's a run stuffer right now, and I mean at his size, you expect him to be a run stuffer. So now, I just want to make sure I got the draft order correct. So now the Ravens. Let's see, where are they going? The Ravens at 14. They're going to go defense. They could go Tyler Linderbaum at center. I feel like Jermaine Johnson is a good pick here for the Ravens. So let's see. They're just saying how they could go Kyle Hamilton. I think they could, but I much prefer Jermaine Johnson. I think Kyle Hamilton is a very good player. He's more of an in-the-box strong safety, similar to how Cam Chancellor was in the Legion of Boom Seahawks defense. But I think Jermaine Johnson makes sense here. Because I've seen mock drafts that have even had Jermaine Johnson over Jordan Davis when both were available for the Ravens. I think Jordan Davis was definitely their best option. But now, I don't think Jermaine Johnson or Kyle Hamilton is a bad third or second or third option. Alright, so let's see. Who are the Ravens going to pick? But Jordan Davis's stats. So, and for someone like Jordan Davis, he doesn't have a ton of like tackles for a loss or sacks or anything like that. But he's just such a disruptive player, so that he could just wreck a game. And the Ravens picked at number 14. They selected Kyle Hamilton, the safety from Notre Dame. So no, I don't think that's a bad pick for the Ravens. I like the pick. I just think a pass rusher such as Jermaine Johnson would have made more sense. But I mean, I still think it is very good. Because now you have Kyle Hamilton and Marcus Williams on the back end at safety. That is a very good combo. So on the clock right now is... And the Texans pick is in right now. But 1 second. On the clock right now is the Texans. And I'm going to go take a very, very quick break. Alright, so I know it says their pick is in, but they're going to spend some time talking about Kyle Hamilton. And I will be right back. I'm going to keep this scrolling thing up on the bottom. And I'm going to try to go extremely quickly. So now, I'm going to stop talking right now real quick. And go take a quick break. So we will be right back. Alright, we are back. Sorry for the delay. I did see they picked while I was upstairs. I saw on the TV we have on upstairs. But, so the Texans, they selected Kenyon Green, and now on the clock is the Washington Commanders. And their pick is in. And the Texans, I saw they selected Kenyon Green, guard from Texas A&M. So now that guy is an elite run blocker. Not necessarily someone like what's his name? Akeem Ekwonu, that's who I was looking for. But so yeah, they selected Kenyon Green. I believe I spelled his name correctly. I see a few comments. I'll get to them in a second. 1 second. Alright, so 16, we have the Commanders. Could they be going quarterback here? Alright, so onto your comments real quick. I wish the Dolphins had a pick in round 1. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, me too. Because it's always annoying. I know the Giants always have a pick in round 1. Because, like, they're not the kind of team to trade. And their pick is always top 10. So, because they're always horrible. But, everyone loves trading picks until the realization that your team is getting no one this year. Yeah. I'm not completely sure I understand that. Well, typically when you trade picks, you just have to give up a few later picks, and you're still getting a first-round pick. But, yeah, a lot of people do like to trade picks. And, what was I saying? Yeah, they do like to trade picks. And then I do think some people think they're going to get more than they actually do. So now the Commanders' pick is in. So now, this is pick number 16. So after this, we've officially had half of the first round picks. Hill and Waddle going to be hard to defend. Yes, definitely. They are both very fast, very good with the ball in their hands. Two very dynamic receivers. The Dolphins have a great receiving duo. The Ravens have traded wide receiver Marquise Brown to the Cardinals for the number 23 overall pick. Okay. They're going receiver there, right? Because why would you trade your number 1 receiver? 23 is now the Ravens. So now the Commanders pick. So Commanders are selecting Jahan Dotson. Dang, he went early at number 16. So Jahan Dotson at 16 to the Commanders. Um, I think there's several different receivers capable of going in the first round. As now on the clock, we have the Los Angeles Chargers, and their pick is already in, which makes this. I mean, it was already an easy pick for them if this one man was available, and that is Trevor Penning. Dotson Reach, not really. I think he's a very good player. Very good with the ball in his hands. They definitely need a receiver, and I think they're getting a good one. There's just so many good receivers in this draft. So I don't really think you can say he was a reach. Maybe he was more of a back end of the first round guy, but in college he was Penn State's home run hitter. And he's just so dynamic with the ball in his hands. In his career, he played. I'm just checking my math real quick. He played 42 games, catching 183 passes for 2,757 yards, 25 touchdowns. He had 8 carries for 18 yards and a touchdown. So, I do like that pick for the Saints. The Chargers pick is in, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be Trevor Penning. I would be shocked if it's Trevor Penning. If it's not Trevor Penning. Saints going quarterback at 19. I think so. I think it's definitely in consideration. They got a receiver. But Chargers, they selected Zion Johnson over Trevor Penning. Okay. So now, I'm not like. They did go offensive line, but I mean, this guy could potentially kick out to play tackle for you, but he's more of a. The Eagles have now traded their pick to the Titans. This is chaos. So now 18 is now the Titans. I don't know why I said it like Titans. So this is pure chaos. Burke's better in my opinion than Jahan Dotson. They're different players. Burks is more of a Debo type player, while Jahan Dotson's more of like a Tyreek Hill, speedy type guy. Who's very good with the ball. He's like a Jalen Waddle. I would consider him. Alright, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to get a big Titans logo, because I don't think I put their logo in yet. No, not yet. Alright, so if a huge Titans logo pops up on screen, just ignore it. Let's see. Where'd I put the Titans logo? Alright, so yeah, just don't mind that big logo up on screen right now. So now the Titans are on the clock. Wait a minute. Let's say they traded A.J. Brown. If I just read that correctly, the Titans just traded A.J. Brown to the Eagles. Let me know in the comments if I read that correctly, because I saw it for like 2 seconds. Did they just trade A.J. Brown to the Eagles for number 18 or 16? No, 18. So now the Eagles. I know the Titans logo right in my head. Oops, I just made it disappear now. So now Titans. There we go. Yeah, A.J. Brown was traded to the Eagles. Okay, that is very interesting. Thank you for confirming that. But that is very... How did I just cut off half the end of my... Wait a minute, I messed something up. Oh, uh-oh. This only goes a certain distance of characters? That's a problem. But the Titans are now on the clock, and they have traded A.J. Brown to the Eagles. So they're going Traylon Burks, I would think. Alright, let me see if I can put some abbreviations to make so the scroller continues all the way. Sorry, I didn't realize that would happen. 1 second. I'm going to try to abbreviate the colleges. I'm going to go all the way back to the first pick. Sorry about that. I noticed it stopped like right after the middle of the Chiefs, and I was like, wait, what? Alright, let's see. I'm trying to fix this. Sorry about that. Alright, let's see. But that one really surprised me. I know A.J. Brown was looking for a new contract. So now the Eagles going to give him a new contract? Alright, I'm going to abbreviate OSU as Ohio State because I'm just pretty sure you guys would know what that means. Alright, let's see. So the Eagles got, I just missed it, A.J. Brown and... So this is a very interesting draft. There's a Titans fan wearing an A.J. Brown jersey. So now, yeah, crazy draft is right. But could the Eagles, the Titans, could they go quarterback? Because I know Ryan Tannehill hasn't been great. Because now this is crazy. I just want to make sure that this should be better. I just hope this doesn't happen again now. Because I don't know why it cut off a certain amount of... Wait, so now, are the Eagles... Who's picking at 26? One second. Let me... No, so the Titans are still picking at number 26. Okay. So the the Titans selected Traylon Burks. Okay. So now, I could have seen that coming as an A.J. Brown replacement. So now the Saints are on the clock at 19. Quarterback is, I would say, certainly in play. Because, I don't know, what do you think they do here? Yeah, NFL comparison is Deebo Samuel. Now could he get traded this draft? Like before the end of the first round? I mean, I don't really know. It's been crazy, so why not? But this guy is very good with the ball in his hands. And I'm going to get a drink now. He's got a pretty good frame. A trade just to dump A.J. Brown. That's rough. Yeah, because maybe they didn't want to... Well, it could be they didn't want to trade A.J. Brown. But he's 1 inch taller. I believe they're both 215 pounds. Yeah, A.J. Brown is 6'1", 225. Alright, sorry. Treylon Burks is 6'3", 225. Saints and Pittsburgh both going quarterback, in my opinion. I think they could. I think they should. That would be very smart for them to both go quarterback. They both need it. So now Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett, or which two quarterbacks are you thinking? So now let's see. Six wide receivers have been picked so far. A.J. Brown traded to the Eagles, and Marquise Brown traded for the Titans. First time 6 wide receivers drafted in the top 20 since 1967, or in the common draft era, which started in 1967. Saints on clock update screen. Thank you very much. I completely forgot about that. Saints. There we are. Thank you. I did not realize that their pick is in. I think they could very, very well go quarterback here. But thanks for reminding me to update the screen, because occasionally I'll forget. Or I'll just put up the wrong thing like I did with the score in the Generals and Stallions game. Which, by the way, any USFL fans here, there is a... there's going to be another live watch party for the Stallions Breakers game. And I didn't want to do another Stallions game because I had done... Dang, it still cuts it off. But I didn't want to see another... Do another Stallions game here. But they're playing the other undefeated team, and that is the Breakers. I'll get back to the NFL draft in 1 second. But, for the USFL weekly stream, this week's will be... So now, I saw they posted some kind of update on their Twitter page, USFL. But now, I don't understand, because wasn't it always Saturday at 8? I don't know. But it's Saturday at 8, so the stream would start about 7:45. Wait a minute, 1 second. Let me figure this out. So I definitely think we could see quarterbacks go. this back to back. The Saints have picked Trevor Penning. Okay, so with the Chargers passing on him, I think that was great for the Saints now. Trevor Penning to the Saints, so they opt to pass on quarterback again. And I'm going to remember to update the screen this time, as now the Steelers are on the clock. So now, I don't know how. Whoa, not much love for these 4 quarterbacks. Yeah. Unless they're going to go in the last 12 picks of the first round. So, I think we do see the first quarterback go now, though. Draft ticker during game? What do you mean? Whoa, quarterback not getting no respect. Yeah, quarterbacks aren't really getting respect. I think we should see the first one. Come on, come off the board right now. But can you clarify what you mean with draft ticker during game? If you got confused with what I was saying about the USFL, that game is now Saturday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. So we'll have a live watch party starting here at about 7:50. But if that's what you were saying, I don't know if I had accidentally confused you. But if that's not what you're saying, can you please clarify? A.J. Brown got an $100 million contract. So now, that is quite the amount of money. Oh, sorry if I... Okay, got it. Sorry if I confused you. Didn't mean to. But... Yeah, so... A.J. Brown just got an $100 million contract. The Steelers pick is in, and I would expect to see a quarterback here. A.J. Brown gets 4 years, $100 million, $57 million guaranteed. So now the Steelers pick is in. Let's see what direction they're going. So now, I'm just trying to figure out how I can... Or would you guys be okay with it if I... Like, answer this question in the comments, please, just so I know. If I were to just go players and not put position and school, would that be okay with you? Because I want to make sure I can fit all these picks, and right now there's already quite... We're only at pick 20 right now. So, would that be okay with you? Kenny Pickett, I think they could keep him in Pittsburgh. I think that's an option. That's okay with you, okay? Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. I'm just gonna go... Just like that. So now the Steelers... You like the position, so just get rid of the school? The Steelers, I think they could also go Kenny Pickett. So... I'll keep the position for now, but if we need to get rid of that, we will. So the Steelers are selecting... Hold on, they're doing some kind of... They're Alright, so Steelers at 20. The Steelers have drafted Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett is a Pittsburgh Steeler. So now that is huge for... They're keeping Kenny Pickett in Pittsburgh as he went to school at Pitt. Great pick by the Steelers. Getting the first quarterback. And who thought the first quarterback would be at number 20? So now Kenny Pickett is a Pittsburgh Steeler. He was a Heisman finalist. He went to school at Pitt, and now the Patriots are on the clock. They almost just forgot to change it. Alright, so Patriots on the clock at number 21. So now the Patriots here, could they go another receiver? Or I think they... So now if I'm the Patriots here, I go linebacker and go Devin Lloyd out of Utah. But that's me if I'm the Patriots. So let me know what you guys do in the comments as I continue to get rid of these schools just so we can fit all the rest of the picks on here. So I think what happened is there's a certain amount of characters I can have on this banner at the bottom. And for some reason I didn't know that. Well, maybe because it's the first time I'm using this. Like as a banner type thing like this. But that would have been good to know. So now the Chiefs have traded up to pick 21. They jumped ahead of the Packers for a receiver. The Chiefs just jumped ahead of the Packers for George Pickens. So I don't know that. I just think that happens. The Chiefs just jumped ahead of the Packers for George Pickens. I feel like that's what's going to happen. Chiefs now up at 21. So the Patriots are probably back at 29 or 30. Let me change this. One second. I'll change on the clock. The analysts are explaining how Kenny Pickett holds the football because of his small hands. So you're gonna get a giant Chiefs logo on the screen. Sorry about that. But, yep, there's that Chiefs logo. Sorry about that. So now the Chiefs are on the clock. I feel like they jumped ahead of the Packers for a certain reason. So now we can move the Chiefs to on the clock. So now the Kansas City Chiefs are officially on the clock. Could shorten the team names like Bucks, Pack, like, okay. I guess I can do that. Or I'm gonna keep going and taking out this, taking out the schools for now. Or I think I'm gonna do position and school for now. And then if needed, I could always shorten the team. So it's just gonna be player right now. So the Chiefs get number 21, and the Patriots get 29, a third, and a fourth. So let me fix that now. I keep jumping from the beginning back to the end on this banner. It is so annoying. So Patriots, the Chiefs have selected, with 21, the Chiefs select Trent McDuffie. Okay. Were the Patriots really going to take him? I do think it was late for him to go there. But I don't think he would have fallen. So maybe they did have to jump up if they wanted to go get Trent McDuffie. But this is a guy that can play inside in the slot. He can play outside. He's a versatile cornerback. But I like this pick to the Chiefs, who they lost a few key players in their defense. They lost Tyrann Mathieu. They did get Justin Reed. I believe they lost Chardavius Ward. Hopefully I said his name correctly. But Trent McDuffie is a pick I really like here to the Chiefs. Because they've always been known for their hideously high-powered offense. But now Tyreek Hill is a Dolphin. And they're going to need to be more of a well-balanced team, and they can't just blow teams out. So I like this pick. So now the Packers pick is in at 22. This has to be a receiver, right? Alright, so now I got it, so now everything fits. The Packers pick is in. I think this is going to be receiver. Jermaine Johnson is still available? I forgot about that. Jermaine Johnson is still available. Thanks for pointing that out. I didn't even remember that. I thought he got taken, because there's no way he should be all the way back here. Yeah, Jermaine Johnson is sliding big time. So I think this is probably George Pickens here, unless they really like Jermaine Johnson. But I think Pickens is much more of a need. Because the other receivers, I like Jahan Dotson, but let's see, who are the receivers that are still available? 1 second, let me finish doing this real quick. So, I completely forgot that Jermaine Johnson was still available. So thank you for pointing that out. I think they're going receiver here. So now the Packers, they could go receiver, they could go Jermaine Johnson, Devontae Wyatt, they could go number of directions, but I think receiver makes the most sense. They chose to go Quay Walker. He's an inside linebacker out of Georgia. Okay, I didn't think he'd go in the first round. I don't really know a ton about him. So let's check out his stats. This was another player on the Georgia defense. And when you thought of linebacker, you thought of Nakobe Dean. But this guy played, just checking my math again. What? Why is this? Wait a minute. Now my calculator's not working. Ravens trade the pick. Bills on the clock. Thank you for pointing this out. I'm trying to do so much stuff right now. So now the Ravens. This is the craziest draft of all time. Okay, that may be an exact. All right, there's gonna be a giant Bills logo on the screen. So, just so you guys know, Bills now on the clock. Oh wait, it's actually not very big, and it's just about where I want. Wow, one time it actually works out. Bills now on the clock. This draft is absolutely insane. Now, what are the Bills going? Are they going corner? Are they going Devontae Wyatt? Did they jump the Cowboys for something? I don't know. This is very interesting. Whoops, I just put the Bills all the way behind my camera so you couldn't see them. Alright. So now, who are the Bills going to pick? Do they want Jermaine Johnson? I don't know. They got Von Miller. They had a pretty good pass rush last year. I really don't know. Alright, let me know in the comments who's Von Miller picking. Who are the Bills picking? I think probably Andrew Booth Jr. maybe? Because they've been looking for that corner that can really like be another lockdown corner. Which corner? Kaiir Elam or Andrew Booth Jr.? I like Andrew Booth Jr. here to the Bills. But going back to Quay Walker for a second, he had 137 tackles. Oh, that's why I got sidetracked, because my calculator wasn't working. Alright, let's try that again. Back to Quay Walker for a second. So he played 37 games at Georgia, 137 tackles, 11 tackles for a loss, 5 sacks, no interceptions, 3 passes defended, 1 fumble recovery. So, I think this could be a good pick. Again, I don't know a ton about Quay Walker, Kaiir Elam, okay? I think they could really go either way for the Bills. Let's see. I have to fix this. So now the Chiefs, they selected Trent McDuffie. The Packers selected Quay Walker. The Ravens are no longer on the clock, right? Yep, the Bills now. Alright, there we go. So now let's see. The Bills pick is in. I think it's going to be a corner. Again, it could definitely go either way. You like Kaiir Elam to the Bills right here. Alright, so I got all the positions out of here now. So now, this should be good. So the Bills, they are going to select. I think it's going to be Andrew Booth Jr. There's been rumors of Breece Hall to the Bills. So that's always an option there. But would you really trade up for a running back? Alright, here we go. Bills get 23, Ravens get 25, and a 4th. There we go. So, really, not really a ton of value in a 4th round pick. But, it's just something to make it up. So now the Bills on the clock. I don't think they go receiver. They could, but I think it's going to be corner. I think it's going to be corner. So the Buffalo Bills select. Hold on, he has to explain how they traded the pick. So the Bills select Kaiir Elam. So you were right. Kaiir Elam. Nice job. Nice job saying Kaiir Elam to the Bills. How do you spell his name? So now you got the Cowboys on the clock at 24. And there's going to be a Cowboy logo up on screen. So I don't know how big it's going to be or anything like that. So just make sure you're aware. Wait a minute, where is it? Alright, this is going to be absolutely massive when it gets on the screen, so. Yup, there it is. I'm trying to get it so I can put him back on the clock. 1 second. There we go. So now the Cowboys on the clock. So now what are the Cowboys looking at here? Could they go? This is an interesting spot for the Cowboys here. Where could they go? Well, their needs. They could go offensive line, I guess. I mean, I don't really know. This is an interesting spot for the Cowboys. Oh, that's right. Maybe Jermaine Johnson's still on the board. Daxton Hill I've had here before. I'm going to go Jermaine Johnson or Daxton Hill. I keep forgetting Jermaine Johnson is still on the board. They could also go corner, maybe. The Cowboys have a lot they could do. It's an interesting situation. Jermaine Johnson, Andrew Booth Jr., you could go Tyrell Linderbaum. They have options. There was a 1% chance Jermaine Johnson would be available at number 24, according to ESPN Draft Predictor. Well, there's this 1% chance. I thought he was a lock to go top 15. But now they're saying how Quay Walker. It is interesting how Quay Walker went before Nakobe Dean or Devin Lloyd. That is very interesting. The Cowboys have still not officially made their pick. Are they showing the players not picked yet? They just had like a little top 5 best available. But, alright, so now their pick is in. Could be Jermaine Johnson. But I'm just trying to remember, because I completely forgot about Jermaine Johnson until somebody pointed it out in the comments. Dean, the ones in attendance. Oh yeah, they're going through the players in attendance. Dean or Johnson here. I could see that. I'm thinking potentially Jermaine Johnson, if one of those two, Jermaine Johnson. But again, it could go really any way. So, this is very interesting here for the Cowboys. I also think you can't rule out. You happy with the Giants' picks? Yeah, to get an offensive lineman and an edge rusher. I wasn't necessarily a huge fan of getting Thibodeaux at 5, but after seeing they got both of 5 and 7, and they got overall their top two needs in offensive line and edge rusher, I'm very happy with with the Giants' picks. So now the Cowboys, 24 at 24. The Cowboys select Tyler Smith out of Tulsa. So now he played tackle at Tulsa, but could also go inside to guard. So it's going to be interesting to see where the Cowboys play him. They do have a hole at left guard, where I forgot his name. The guy that went to Miami. Is it like Connor Williams or something like that? Um. Because they do have a hole there. That's I do know that. I just forget his name. If you want to help me out in the comments, that would be great. I'm just trying to check real quick. Was it Connor Williams? That may have been it. Now the Ravens on the clock. Right, Ravens? Yes. The Ravens now on the clock. So the Dolphins. Yes, it was Connor Williams. So now, the Ravens on the clock. Jermaine Johnson has to be the pick here. Has to be. Unless they're going Tyler Linderbaum, I don't think you pass on Jermaine Johnson. I think this has to be Jermaine Johnson here. How about you guys? I don't see a way they don't. I mean, except for Tyler Linderbaum. Linderbaum or Johnson is really the only two I would consider drafting if I was the Ravens. Can't believe Stingley at 3. Yes, Stingley over Sauce Gardner at 3. That really surprised me. I definitely did not think Stingley would be the first corner off the board. Definitely not. Especially with how Sauce Gardner was going up off... Was going just up into the top 5. originally he started off at like 12, 13, like top 15 type player. Let's see. In my first mock draft, I had him. I know I had Trayvon Walker to the Ravens at 14. So I had Derek Stingley Jr. going at 11. And I had Sauce Gardner going 12. Alright, so I had them going relatively the same, but obviously the whole draft process changes, the combine happens, stuff like that. So the Ravens on the clock. Alright, so still awaiting the Ravens pick. They're taking the Ravens pick. Yeah, this draft was very, very crazy. The Ravens pick is finally in. So the Ravens pick is in. Let's see, who's it gonna be? I think this has to be Jermaine Johnson or someone like Tyler Linderbaum. I think it's gonna be Jermaine Johnson. I am going Jermaine Johnson. That is my pick here for the Ravens. Tyler Linderbaum too, but I think Jermaine Johnson makes more sense. Alright, so let's see. Who are the Ravens going with? Oh, that's right. They're talking about receiver. They could definitely go receiver. Maybe George Pickens? Because I forgot they traded Hollywood Brown. Tyler Linderbaum out of Iowa. Okay. So there's no chance Jermaine Johnson falls out of the first round. I mean, could there really be a chance? So now Titans at 26. Titans at 26 now. Could they go... Let's see. Where could they go? Let me fix this get the Titans on here. They picked already, so yep, here they are. Alright, so now the Titans on the clock. Oh, I did it again. I did it. I wanted the Ravens to go Jermaine Johnson so bad. Oh, I put Jermaine Johnson instead of Tyler Linderbaum. Oh, the Jets now on the clock at 26. Johnson sweating. Yeah, I mean, how could he not go in the first round? Wait, how do you spell Linderbaum? Could the Jets be going, Jets are going edge rusher here. Alright, let's see. My prediction for the Jets here is Jermaine Johnson. Alright, so now Jets at 26. This is a crazy draft. So now Jets. I haven't gotten rid of any of these logos because it is just pure chaos and almost like the last few months of analysis were a waste of time. What, regarding Jermaine Johnson or just or just in general because of how chaotic this draft has been? So now the Jets here, I think it's going to be an edge rusher. Now they got George Karlaftis or Jermaine Johnson. If they go Karlaftis over Jermaine Johnson, I would be shocked. So let's see. So now I think the Jets probably go Jermaine Johnson here. I know I said that. But I think they go there. So now I think the Jets go Jermaine Johnson here. They're talking about Breece Hall potentially. I don't know. They do have they just drafted Michael Carter last year. So now I don't know. I like Jermaine Johnson. I don't think he slides any further. And now someone like Malik Willis. You don't really have any quarterback needy teams. Maybe the Buccaneers take a chance on him. Not a chance on him, but like have the Packers pull Packers and don't draft wide receiver and draft Malik Willis. No, but maybe the Buccaneers to develop him under Tom Brady because learning from the best quarterback is typically a pretty good idea. Then because now this draft order is so insane. Oh, here it comes up on the bottom of my screen. Perfect timing. You got the Buccaneers, Packers, Patriots, Chiefs, Bengals, and Vikings. Yeah, the only team there that'd probably take a quarterback with these Bucs. So now the Jets on the clock again. Their pick is in. This draft has been just completely chaotic. So now the Jets have selected. Finally, they select Jermaine Johnson. Finally, that took a long time. And just, There's gonna be a Buccaneers logo on the screen. Don't know how big it will be or where, but just warning you, there's gonna be a Buccaneers logo. Alright, there it is. Uh-oh. Alright, I got it back. I don't know how I did it, but I accidentally put it where I couldn't reach it with my mouse anymore, so now I don't understand how I did that. But I got it back. There we go. So now, Jermaine Johnson to the Jets at number 26. I didn't think we'd see him out that far. Buccaneers on the clock at 27. Wait, now the Jaguars are at 27? Oh my. So now the Jaguars on the clock at 27. This is chaos. So now let's get this Jaguars logo back up here. So now, who would the Jaguars be looking at here? This is an interesting position for the Jaguars to be in. So now, who would the Jaguars be looking at here? I mean, this is a very strange position for them to be trading up into. Or trading into, I should say. They just got Trayvon Walker. They got... This is a wide receiver? Could they be coming in for George Pickens? One spot ahead of the Packers. Linebacker. I don't know. This is interesting. This is very interesting. The pick is in, so it's... So, I'm thinking either this is going to be the Lion... Sorry, I don't know why I said the Lions. So, a linebacker, I meant to say. Either Devin Lloyd or Nakobe Dean, or this could go into a receiver direction. Someone, maybe Christian Watson. Maybe Sky Moore. George Pickens is still available. David Bell's available. Although I see him more as a second-round guy. Now, what are the Jaguars doing here? Their pick is in, but... So, let's see. What are the Jaguars going to do here at number number 27. So let's see. Who's this pick gonna be? This has just been insane. So now, could this potential? I think we could see a linebacker go here. Wonder if these are the last second trades as Team C players not drafted become available. Maybe. Like maybe the Jets, like they really wanted an edge rusher, and they didn't think Jermaine Johnson would be there. They liked potentially putting in an offer to get there. I definitely think that's a possibility. As here's Mel Kiper's top 5 left on the board. Daxton Hill. There's 2 linebackers, Devin Lloyd and Nakobe Dean could potentially go there. Daxton Hill, quarterback Malik Willis, but so I don't really think Daxton Hill could be an option to the Jaguars, but I think they're gonna go a linebacker. This is very interesting. So let's see. Come on, say the Jaguars pick. This is taking forever. It's been in for like 3 minutes already, at least. Linebacker, you think? Okay. Which one? Devin Lloyd out of Utah or Nakobe Dean out of Georgia? I'm gonna probably go Devin Lloyd to the Jaguars. That is my pick right here. If I'm the Jaguars, I'm going Devin Lloyd. And then, so you've got the Packers at 28. I think they're gonna go George Pickens. 29, you got Patriots. They're gonna go Nakobe Dean. 30, you got the Chiefs. They drafted a wide receiver. A corner. So they'll probably go. I don't know what receivers are still on the board. It's hard to think of all the players now. And then maybe they can go edge and Boye Mafe. I've had them go that way a few times in a mock draft. So here's the Jaguars. Finally, their pick is being announced. The Jaguars have drafted linebacker Devin Lloyd out of Utah. I like that pick. They had to release. I believe they released Miles Jack. Now you're getting a replacement for him. I really like that as a pick to the Jaguars. So now the Packers on the clock at number 28. This must be George Pickens. Let me find the Packers logo. I have so many logos in here. Because all these trades, and I had them in order. But, well, you know how that went after, all the trades and stuff. The Packers pick is in already. Alright, yeah, this is George Pickens. Didn't even need to think about it. Saying Devin Lloyd. He's a little bit smaller, but he has good speed. And can make up for that. They're saying he's got good instincts. His NFL comparison is Darius Leonard, who's a very, very good linebacker. As they show clips of Devin Lloyd, and then then they show someone like Darius Leonard, his comparison, making just about identical plays. So now, Packers here, George Pickens. I think this is a guarantee. So this should be George Pickens. Should be. Keyword, the Packers don't always do what they should do. So you got Devin Lloyd. Now, this should be, and they're just showing how much of a versatile player he's. Middle inside linebacker, played 183 snaps. Really, they expected someone to read all that in that amount of time? He's played in the slot as like covering a slot receiver, inside linebacker, outside linebacker. He's just a very, very, very versatile linebacker. For the Jaguars, Packers pick is in. This should be George Pickens. I've said that a billion times. But expectations for the Packers: George Pickens. Reality: Malik Willis. So now, the Patriots at 29. I don't really know where they're going. Probably Nakobe Dean. So if I had to predict the rest of the first round, I need to see their. I just needed to pull up the remaining receivers, because this is a very good receiver class. So the Packers pick is in. So there's Christian Watson out of North Dakota State, Sky Moore, John Mechie, George Pickens, Alec Pierce. Then not all of those guys are first round guys. Pickens is probably a first round guy. Sky Moore maybe. Christian Watson maybe. So now I think this is going to be George Pickens. He's a good replacement for Devontae Adams, and they just need anyone. I mean, they could go get one of you out there who's watching the video, and it would be better than having no one to throw the ball to. So the Packers pick is in. So now, I like George Pickens to the Packers here. I know I've said that a billion times. Alright, who's going to the Packers here in this situation? Let me know in the comments. So now pick 28, the Packers. Karlaftis or wide receiver. They could go Karlaftis, but I think it's going to be more of a wide receiver. I think they already went defense and getting an inside linebacker. I think they're going to go get wide receiver, but then that is what would make sense, so you never really know. So, let's see. Who are the Packers going to get? So now they're honoring the Walter Payton Man of the Year, and that is Andrew. No, that's not Andrew Whitworth. Is that Andrew Whitworth? Yeah, I think it is. He was the winner of that award this year. He actually recently retired after winning the Super Bowl. He's not like a player like Aaron Donald, who is 30. But, he was over 40, I believe. So now the Packers pick. Yeah, that is Andrew Whitworth currently talking. So now, just waiting for the Packers pick to come in, which has been in for about 5 minutes now, maybe even over. So now the Packers selection is Devontae Wyatt. Yup, they did not go wide receiver. Yup, and Packer fans are going to be mad, but I'm sure not surprised. So now they didn't go wide receiver. They should have. Both going on defense. However, they are getting Kenny Clark some help on the inside. They've been meaning to do that for a long time, and I think they're going to get a good player here. Getting Devontae Wyatt. He is one of the older players in the draft class, so that could be why he's a little bit lower. I believe he's... Let me check. I believe he's already 23 or... Yeah, he's already 24 years old. So now the Patriots pick is in. I think this is going to be Nakobe Dean. Oh, I didn't even update this graphic. 1 second. There we go. I have to go look through a super duper long list because of how long, of how many logos I have in there, because I have several duplicated. I don't know why. So the Patriots pick is in. This should be Nakobe Dean. So now it looks like only one quarterback will go in the first round. Now, this pick, when you hear the story of this pick, it has gone, like, Linderbaum's still available. Yep, Tyler Linderbaum's still available. In mock drafts, I've actually had him falling this far. Wait, no, Linderbaum is not still available. He was taken 25 by the Ravens. What am I saying? No, Tyler Linderbaum is not still available. Sorry. You're welcome. But Tyler Linderbaum, don't worry about it. We all make mistakes. I made a mistake putting Jermaine Johnson in for the Ravens. Oh, you're at work? Oh, okay. Alright, so the Patriots pick is in. I think this should probably be Nakobe Dean. But going back to Devontae Wyatt for the Packers. And now, so he had a pretty good career in Georgia. Must hurt getting shuffled back to the second round. Like, as a player? Yeah, definitely. Like, if you're like Malik Willis, you're thinking you could go number 2 overall, and you end up not going to the second round. I mean, I would be devastated. So Devontae Wyatt. So in, just checking my math again. In 42 games in his career at Georgia, he had 113 total tackles, 12 for a loss, and 5 sacks, while forcing 2 fumbles and recovering 2. So, more of like a space eater, so not necessarily huge in the stat category, only having 12 tackles for a loss and 5 sacks in 4 seasons isn't necessarily great. So now the Patriots here, I'm thinking Nakobe Dean. So now the the Patriots. 4 picks left in the first round. You got the Packers, Chiefs, Bengals, and I was gonna say Vikings, but now it's the Lions. They picked Cole Strange, a guard from Chattanooga. Okay, offensive guard was a big need for the Patriots coming into this draft. Cole Strange. Let me put that in here. Alright, so Nakobe Dean's still available. Now it's time to snag Willis and trade him in the open market. If you're the Chiefs, according to ESPN Draft Predictor, offensive lineman Cole Strange had a 93% chance to be available at pick 54 entering today, which was New England's next pick. Okay, and to be honest, I had never heard of Cole Strange. I was like, who? So now the Chiefs are on the clock. Their pick is in. But the only thing with grabbing Willis now is you'd have a bunch of people that would be furious that the Chiefs with a top 3 quarterback in the league and Patrick Mahomes would go take a quarterback. Here we are. Chiefs now on the clock. Their pick is in. Never heard of him. Yeah, me neither. He went to a very small... Oh, holy cow, they're announcing. George Karlaftis to the Chiefs. Okay. Finally picking up the pace. George Karlaftis to the Chiefs. I'd never heard of Cole Strange either, but that's because he went to a very small school in Chattanooga. George Karlaftis to the Chiefs. Gotta figure out how to spell that. The Bengals on the clock. let me finish spelling Karloffis. Alright, here we are. George Karloffis to the Chiefs. At 30. Bengals on the clock at 31. Their pick is in, so they didn't really take that long. Let's see. I also have to get this Bengals logo up here, so if you see a big Bengals logo, don't mind it. Oh, wait a minute. I always title it, so I know what it's called, and I accidentally titled this one just what it kept it, and that was Image. So like I would not remember the Bengals were Image. Bengals, there we go. Yup, that is a huge Bengals logo. Alright, let's see. So now the Bengals pick is in. Now who are the Bengals going with? Andrew Booth Jr. Andrew Booth Jr. I'm gonna bet you Andrew Booth Jr. Whoops, what did I just do? Okay, I think Andrew Booth Jr. is the Bengals pick right here. They need corner because, well, Eli Apple was playing a lot last year, and you know how that turned out. So now, pick is in already. Yep. They're going very quickly. Willis not picked gets the teams wondering what do other teams know they don't? What's wrong with him? Yeah, so some concerns people have had with Malik Willis is his ball placement. Because he's a elite runner. He's a dual threat quarterback. And he has he has a lot of potential as a passer, but something that is a little bit inconsistent for Malik Willis is his ball placement. And now the last pick was George Karloffis. Let's check out his college stats as we await the Bengals pick. Just making sure my math adds up correctly again. So he played... Nope, I pressed... He played 26 games at Purdue. Had 29 tackles for a loss and 14 sacks. 97 total tackles. 3 forced fumbles. So, overall, very good for Karloffis at Purdue. And I'm going to go Andrew Booth Jr. here to the Bengals. That is my prediction. So now the Bengals pick is in, and the first round of the 2022 NFL Draft is almost over. So now, could the Vikings draft Malik Willis? I know they just extended Kirk Cousins another year, but is he their long-term answer? And even if the Vikings end up playing Kirk Cousins this year or next year, right? His contract's up after next year now. But just to get that fifth-year option, you know? Because all first-round picks have... All draft picks are 4 years, and then the fifth-year option. thoughts on Ritter? I think he should have gone in the first round if teams decided to actually select quarterbacks. So typically it is teams go, they trade up for quarterbacks and stuff like that. Yeah, this time it's like, yeah, we don't want a quarterback. We don't want a quarterback. Nobody wants a quarterback this year. But I think Desmond Ritter, I think he could end up being the top quarterback in the class. I think it's a very close quarterback class, but not a very good quarterback class. So I think Desmond Ritter could end up being a very good player. So now they took like 2 seconds between the picks of the who picked before this. The Patriots and the Chiefs, and now they're taking forever for the Bengals pick again. And I mean, I don't think the Bengals can go quarterback, right? They have Joe Burrow. So now, let's see. Now we've got the Bengals still waiting their pick. Now they're talking about the lack of quarterbacks taken and how Malik Willis is still here waiting to hear his name called. He might be at the draft. Because I don't know. So now here's Roger Goodell to announce the 31st pick, and the Bengals select the safety Daxton Hill out of Michigan. Okay. So now Jesse Bates is playing on the franchise tag. But I think he's a very, very good player, and that is Jesse Bates. And then at the strong safety position, you got one of the better strong safeties out there in Von Bell. Maybe Jesse Bates isn't in their long-term plan. Wow, that was quick. The Vikings pick is in already. Wait a minute, they need a corner, and Andrew Booth Jr. is still available. I'm gonna bet you this is Andrew Booth Jr. So I'm thinking this is gonna be corner, Andrew Booth Jr. Alright, let's see. So now the Vikings pick is in. I like Nakobe Dean and Leo Chanel. Great prospects. So I don't know a ton about Chanel. Hopefully I'm saying his name correctly. I know he went to Wisconsin. But Nakobe Dean, yes, he's a very good off-ball linebacker there for Georgia. I also think he's a good prospect. I'm actually surprised the Patriots opted to go Cole Strange and not go take a linebacker, one of those two. So now the Vikings in. I think they should go Andrew Booth Jr. So let's see what direction the Vikings end up going. They could also... I don't know if Nakobe Dean is a good fit for the Vikings. Let me check. Like, I don't have where every player could potentially go memorized. But this is the last pick of the first round. But Nakobe Dean, he is a very, very fast player. Great in coverage, great coming in on a linebacker blitz. Yeah, they could be. Looking at Nakobe Dean here at 32. So the Vikings at number 32, I think they could go. They're gonna go defense, in my opinion. Nakobe Dean or Nakobe Dean or what was I saying? Andrew Booth Jr. So the pick is in for the Vikings. Looks like they're going to announce it right about now. Crazy draft. Thanks for your commentary. Thank you for watching. But yeah, it has been a very, very crazy draft. And still awaiting the final pick. It has been a very, very insane draft. So, and let's see, the final pick. So, let's see. Alright, here we go. The final selection of the first round belongs to the Minnesota Vikings, and they are going to select. Obviously, I have to wait for Roger Goodell to say his whole thing. With the 32nd pick of the 2022 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select. I can even say it faster than him. Lewis Cine, defensive back from Georgia. Okay, so they did go defense. They did go Georgia defense, just not the Kobe Dean. So, Lewis Cine to... Oh, I didn't change the on-the-clock graphic. That's okay, I can take it all down now. Alright, so the first round of the draft has officially come to a close. So, the stream is... Dean slides to the second round. Yeah, a lot of players slide to the second round. George Pickens, right? He didn't go. George Pickens, Nakobe Dean, Malik Willis, the quarterbacks. But yeah, Pickens, Willis, let me check some top 5 available real quick. Yeah, there's lots of good players. I'm honestly very, very shocked Malik Willis did not go in the first round. I am shocked. So now, let me check some top 5 available. I think Pickens, Christian Watson. He came from a smaller school in North Dakota State. He's a wide receiver. Oh, dang it, it cut it off. It says Vikings, and then it cuts it off. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Oh, plus I have to get his name. Alright, let me try to fix this real quick. But, Vikings did select Lewis Cine out of Georgia. He's a defensive back. But, there are several players sliding to the second round. But that is probably going to do it for this stream. If you have any quick questions, I'll answer them as we wrap up. But, tomorrow I'll do a video grading every first round pick. And then once the draft ends, probably Sunday, I will do grading the draft for every NFL team. Uh-oh. So we'll do that. Saturday we have a USFL live watch party. And that will be Saturday night at 7:45 for the Breakers Stallions game, the battle of the two undefeated teams. The only two remaining. Can Daniel Jones take the next step? With an offensive line, he could, if he stays healthy. I think he's capable of it. He has the weapons. You see, the Giants shouldn't get rid of Kadarius Toney, because then that's another excuse people can make. I mean, people already hate Daniel Jones already. But, I mean, keep Kadarius Toney. Don't trade him. I'm glad they didn't trade him tonight. Overall, I'm very, very happy with what the Giants had and what they ended up doing with their picks. But I think Daniel Jones can take the next step. Will he is more of a question. And I think, I don't know. If his receivers don't get hurt, I think he can be better. I don't necessarily know if he can be amazing. How about you? Do you think Daniel Jones can take the next step? I think I should have done it enough so that Lewis Cine's name should fit on there. Uh-oh. But the Packers, so my biggest takeaway is the Packers did not take a wide receiver. Chaos in terms of trades. How far Jermaine Johnson fell. Malik Willis not being taken in the first round. Favorite all-time Giant player? Oh boy, that is tough. I have no idea. So for me, I really don't know. My favorite all-time Giants player? That is tough. I'm gonna go, let's see. I don't know. Maybe Eli Manning? Lawrence Taylor is up there, definitely. It's one of the best, he's probably the best Giant of all time. But I don't know. That is tough. Maybe Eli Manning, Lawrence Taylor, one of those. Alright, so that is going to do it for tonight's live stream and watch party. We're gonna do another one of these, but not for the NFL draft because I just don't know enough about all the lower players, like the lower round players. I will do a video tomorrow. So tomorrow, outlook on the rest of the week. We have tomorrow, which is Friday. We have a live No, not a live, sorry. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome. Thank you for watching. So tomorrow we've got USFL Week 3 predictions and grading every first round pick. Saturday we have the USFL live watch party, and I may do another video. I'm not sure about that. I'll have to see. Wait a minute. I may do my NHL playoff predictions Saturday. When does the regular season end? The regular season ends... No, the regular season does not end on July 7th. But... Let's see. So I may do NHL playoff predictions. I don't know, but that's why you guys should subscribe, just so you don't miss anything. The last day of the regular season is, so tomorrow, April 29th. The playoffs begin May 2nd, so I'll probably do, let's see, so probably NHL playoff predictions over the weekend, Saturday or Sunday. USFL live watch party for Breakers Stallions, Saturday night at 7:45, 7:50. Then Sunday, I believe the draft ends Saturday. So Sunday, grading the draft for every team. And then, probably some USFL, probably something USFL related Monday. But I haven't really thought about it that far. Stars, Panthers, Breakers, Gamblers. Are those your favorite USFL teams, or what about them? But that's gonna do it for this stream. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any future live streams or just videos I upload. Those are your picks for this week: Stars, Panthers, Breakers, Gamblers. I don't have that'll come out tomorrow. I haven't really dug deep into the games yet. I don't really know who's playing completely. I know the Breakers play the Stallions and stuff like that, but that'll come out tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on those notifications so you don't miss whenever there's a new video, live stream, anything like that. I do my best to post as often as possible, and I will see you in the next video.